this lesson, you will learn about the volume and the Marubozu candle. What is the story between two factors? And so that's why I'll give you some example to fully understand about these theories. So let's get started. The first one about the volume behind the Marubozu candles. So I will simulate that the price is resist and the volume is the effort. When you spend more effort, it means that you also want to have the higher resist or the wood resist in the market. Marubozu candle is a one-side pressure to push market. You can already learn in the last lesson. So you can see here is our simulate. I teach you in the last lessons. For the Marubozu candle, when you talk with the volume, we have two cases. The first case, the seller already joined into the market, and the buyer obviously stronger than the sellers. And in this case, Marubozu candle will create the very high volume because at this time we can see in this volume we have a both of the buyer and the seller already joined into the market. Therefore, the effort is very big or the volume is very big. But in other case, only if the buyer push market go higher, the seller not yet join into the market enough to create the difference between the buyer and the seller. Therefore, at this time, you see that the volume of the Marubozu candle is very small, or you also can call like big Marubozu candle with a big volume is a real Marubozu candle or is a strong Marubozu candle. And in this case, Marubozu candle is not strong or just a fake Marubozu candles because you always want to spend more effort to get more resist in the market. Spend high volume, it means that you already want to have the highest deviation between the close price and the open price. That is difference, high effort and high resist. This is the theories of the market and theory of the line. And you may ask, why the seller not yet join enough into the market but still creates the big bar candle like this? So let me explain to you. You can see that here is the supply and demand in the market. I give you an example on the cryptocurrency markets, on the Bitcoin, USDT, on the Binance. And here is the sellers. Here is the sell. The first column is the price, and the second column is the amount of the Bitcoin, and the last column is volumes people want to sell or buy in the market. Above range is sellers, or you also call it the supply, and the below is the demand zone. And the first case, the seller join into the market, and the buyer obviously stronger than the sellers. You can see that, for example, here is the demand zone, and on the demand zone we have some of these price levels like this, and you can see that here is the sell levels. And at this level, you see that the buyer creates a lot of this price level to buy. It means that have a lot of difference buy price in the market and also have a lot of sell price in the market. And at this time, the buying price or the buying pressure is obviously stronger than the seller in the market. And when the buying pressure can cover all of the selling pressure in the market, at this time, the chart will create this Marubozu candles. So you can see that how the buyer is stronger than the seller in the market. But in the remaining case, the seller not yet join into the market. Of course, you can see in the market, the seller and the buyer always join into the market to create the movement of the market. But at this time, you see that I want you to remember that in this case, have no more the seller join enough to create the word in the market to see how the buyer covers the sellers. And you see that here have a very small price levels of the sellers to sell in the market and have a lot of the big gaps between these price levels. And then when the buyer covers these gaps, it means that price already create this big bar candle. Therefore, this big bar candle is not strong enough because buyer spend very small efforts in the market to create these candles. So you can compare with the first case, the distance is very small, so buyer must to spend more the effort to cover whole of the deviation. But at this time, the buyer just need very small. That is a big difference in the market. And why is about the seller sell very small at this level? Because this is not beautiful levels to sell in the market. If the one of the seller want to sell the market, they need to confirm that that is a demand zone, strong demand zone to sell in the market and have the best candlestick. But at this time, not beautiful. Therefore, they not sell and they wait above the market. And when the price go into very strong selling zone like this, the price will go down very sharply and immediately. That is a big difference. You need to confirm that the Marubozu candle is strong enough to join in this market. And this one, I'll give you some example to fully understand about this case. The first one about the Bitcoin USDT on the daily time frames. So let's see from the left side to the right side. We have here is a demand zone to join into the market. And so let's take a look about some of the Marubozu candles in the market. Here is Marubozu candle have strong volume in the market, and when you see that the big Marubozu candle with the strong volume in the market, we have two methods to compare the volume. The first one, you can compare the volumes with this moving average. Here is a moving average 20 periods. The second method, you can compare the volume with the volume of the candle have the same size. For example, for this case, you can compare the volume of this candle and this candle because two candles have the same deviation together. So it means that have the same result. You also need the same efforts together. And when you take a look about these candles and this volume, you see that here is a real or strong Marubozu candle. Therefore, you see that price creates up movement very far from the first candles. And when you take a look more about this market, you see that here also have some of the Marubozu candle, but at this time price already fall down below the moving average. It means that here is not strong Marubozu candles. And when you see that after these Marubozu candles, the price already go down quite strong. So let's take a look again from the left side to the right side. At this time, we have here is a demand zone, strong demand zone in the market, and at this time, price already create. Here is the engulfing patterns, and on this engulfing patterns, we have that the last down candles have a small volumes, and the first up Marubozu candles have the big volumes. Therefore, here is a strong engulfing patterns, or Marubozu candle at this time already very strong. So you can join in this market at these candles. So you can see that from this level, price go very far and you can take profits when you see these down Marubozu candles with the very strong down volume. This is how we enter into the market. If this asset is a forex market, I will entry when I see the engulfing patterns as a demand zone, strong demand zone. I no need to check about the volume because the liquidities of the cryptocurrency or stock market is different, totally different with the forex market. Therefore, in the forex market, I always no need to check volumes. I only check the volume on the crypto and on the stock market to confirm against about my signal is real signal or strong signals. The next example I will show you on the Netflix stock on the weekly. And you can see from the left side to the right side, we have that here is structure of the market. Higher high and higher low, it means this market is up movement. And take a look about some of the candle on the market. We have the first one is a Marubozu candle, strong Marubozu candle with the strong volumes. And the second one is a weak Marubozu candle because at this time we have this volume fall down below of the moving average. Therefore, this is not strong Marubozu candles. So let's take a look again about from left side to the right side. If you entry with this Marubozu candle, after this Marubozu candle break from the range, it means that it's a real break because strong Marubozu candle break out of the range with a very strong volume. It means that this is a real break. Therefore, if you entry at this time, you can have the profits from this time to this price. But in this case, price already create a high and high low, and you can see that at this time price already come and retest again recent high, but it creates a engulfing pattern. But at this time, if you compare the volume of the last down candles and the volume with the first up candles, the volume is the same together. And after these patterns, you see that price just go a little bit and fall down very sharply. That is totally different between the strong Marubozu candle and the weak Marubozu candles confirmed by the volume. And if you look more again about this market, here it is recent low of the market creates the highest high in the market, and here also the demand zone of the market, the last demand zone. Therefore, when price can break this plane, it means that price will change from the up movement to down movement. But at this time, you see that price come into this demand zone with the very big down candles with the high volumes. You can see here is volume of this Marubozu candles and break this demand zone. It means that price already changed to down movement. It is very easy to see on the market, and you see that how the volume confirmed about the Marubozu candle exactly. That is all about lesson today. Thank you and see you in next lesson.